I think my mother-in-law unalived my unborn baby and now I have to get proof to send her behind bars or the shadow realm. I'm Filipino and my husband is Korean. His mom didn't approve of me from the beginning and even told him that Filipinos are only meant to be maids. In the beginning, my husband defended me. He even threatened to cut ties with her if she tried anything, so she backed off a bit. He proposed and that's where trouble slowly started again. His mom was not happy at all. My sister-in-law told me that my mother-in-law didn't expect us to last too long because she expected my husband to come to his senses. She even tried to jeopardize our wedding, threatened not to come, and even told our guests that there was a typo in our invitation card and gave them the wrong date. Luckily the guests reconfirmed it with us, but my husband just waved it off and said that his mom is just scared for him and that I should understand because she grew up in a very traditional home. That should have been my first red flag, but I was too in love with him that I ignored it. I was 8 months pregnant a month ago and my husband insisted on going to my mother-in-law's house for a family reunion. I didn't want to go because of the human growing inside of me and I was too tired from working so much. He insisted because his mom would not take no for an answer, so we went, and it turned out to be my biggest regret. At the dinner, I started feeling weird and lightheaded. I told my husband about it but he waved me off, told me to go up to his old room and lay down. I said this was different, and we should go to the hospital just in case. His mom butted in and told me not to ruin their dinner, and to just shut up and go upstairs. I gave my husband a look and said, "You're really going to let her talk to me like this?" That man just shrugged and told me to calm down. I did not go up as I knew something was wrong. I called my dad to get him to bring me to the hospital. I felt like I was bloating, my body felt numb, I wanted to puke, and I felt like fainting. My dad arrived and I left without letting them know. They didn't care, so why should I? I don't know how else to say this, but my baby's heartbeat stopped. I was told the chances at this point of pregnancy were low, but it happened somehow. I was under the influence of substances and also intoxicated, but I didn't drink anything since I was pregnant, and I don't take any substances. My sister-in-law admitted she saw my mother-in-law add stuff into my drinks and food later on. My husband refused to believe that and sided with his mom, saying I must have taken something accidentally. My sister-in-law told him what his mom did, but he still doesn't believe it. My sister-in-law always hated his mom as my husband was the favorite child. I reported it to the police and pressed charges as my sister-in-law was my witness. I will not stop till she's behind bars. I told some of my closest friends about it, and they said I'm an a-hole for divorcing him, but how can I be with someone who doesn't side with me on this? Who refuses to believe his mom is the reason our baby is gone forever? He hasn't even acknowledged that she's gone and all he cares about is clearing his mom's name. I'm devastated as some people say I am in the wrong for this. Is this true? Update 1. I'm sorry I can't reply to everyone, so I'll answer a few questions here. Some have asked why my sister-in-law didn't tell me that her mom added something to my food and drinks. She came to me after, and she was crying saying she didn't realize at the time and only connected the dots after she found out what happened. She's only 17 and I believe she was really scared going against her mom. As for the medical report, there were high levels of toxic substances and some drinks. As for my friends who called me an a-hole, they are also close to my husband. And they said it was unfair because he also lost a child. I told them, but they didn't seem to care. Update 2. This will be my final post. Thank you all for your support as it truly means the world to me. I finally have some time to myself and thought I should give you this final update. It's been the most horrible and excruciating few weeks of my life and it is finally almost over. My ex-mother-in-law couldn't get away thanks to her daughter. The evidence was also found in her house and she finally confessed after a month. The judge decided to not send her behind bars, but instead sent her to the shadow realm as this issue is not taken lightly in our country. Her son is claiming he has nothing to do with it and will receive no punishment since there is no proof. I truly don't know if he was involved or not, but I cannot be around him ever again. I have not spoken privately with him since that night, and now I only communicate with him through lawyers. His sister is currently living with a close relative, so she is safe as I know some of you guys were concerned about her well-being. I am living with my parents again and I honestly couldn't have gotten through this without them. We're finalizing our divorce by this week. My family has advised me to sue him for everything he and his family has put me through. This was a hate crime. I don't understand how a grandmother could do this just because my baby was a girl and not purely Korean. Why bring your close-minded ideologies and traditions here? Why did my baby have to pay the price for this? I don't know how people continue life after the loss of a child. Her funeral is next week. I named her Marie Elizabeth. R.I.P. my love. Mama loves you and we'll see you soon.